Hello, I just wanted to show you my progress for this week. I've implemented some of the comments about the opening section, so here we go. So now the player, same thing, they start in the bottom of a well, but now it looks more like they're in the bottom of a well. So rocks and maybe we'll put some stalactites, but really just not even and nice and stuff like that. So they're now in the bottom of the well and they can only go forward. So, sort of the opposite of how you would normally do it. Everything's lit up except for the direction they can go. So they go this way, and then of course they can see more lights as they get closer. So they descend into these pits and go down. And then once they get to here, it gets a little bit more cleaned up. And there's a room in here, and they pass by here, and this is the entryway to the temple where the gameplay takes place. So we put so they can't fall off. We'll put invisible barriers here, but I don't have those in yet. But so on top of these would have light sources, and they just go up and they go forward, and then here there would be a pressure plate. They step on the pressure plate and the door will open. I've decided to, instead of scattering around statues will now purely signify gates. So either gates that need to be opened with a pressure plate, with the gauntlets, or gates that change the color of the gauntlets. So that's all. The only place you'll see statues from here on out is at those locations. So there's a gate to the entrance of the temple. They press the pressure plate, gate opens. And then from here on out, it's pretty much the same as you've seen before, except I've widened this space up. So now when they go up these stairs, they'll see this door. It'll look like the door over there. They'll be like, okay, here's the door. How do I open it? I need to find a pressure plate. All right, I can't. There's no pressure plate around here, so I need to continue forward. They go here, and then the standard. They go through here, hallway, go over here, go down, go up, and there'll be a pressure plate here. And when they're standing on the pressure plate, they can completely see the door to just re-emphasize this pressure plate is opening that door. So they go through here, and then it's just the same down here. So what I've decided for the doors is we'll make them timed, so they will only stay open for a limited time once the player leaves the pressure plate. And that'll be the same for this door here. And it'll be the same for if they're using the gauntlet. So if they're using the gauntlet to keep the door open, if they lose that color, like if they gain color instead of having just a white gauntlet, the gate will start to will count down and then close. Just to give them so they shouldn't have a problem getting through either of those doors. They just go here. Even if we give them 3 seconds, that's plenty of time to get down and through. And that way I can implement that feature into future puzzles, giving them so they have to get to a high point to activate the door, and then they have to get down to the door as quickly as they can, or they have to get up to the door as quickly as they can, etc. Or they have to figure out a way to keep the pressure plate active when the player isn't on it, using a mechanism of sorts. So I've also changed out the tiling, so now it's just a plain grid pattern, and I've changed the UVs so that it looks the similar spacing on the objects in the game. So that's what I have so far. I will have paper maps for the next sections by, I want to say Tuesday, and then I can start implementing them into the game. So I want to have a level that uses the elevators, and then a level that uses affordances for how physics works and chemistry, and then the final level with the clock, like I designed at the very beginning. I'll have a different object other than the statues, delineating the colors that they need to reference for that final puzzle. That way, there's no confusion between what a statue is and what those objects are. All right, see you next week.